Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning into another video here on the coach's desk. We always thank you very much, as usual, for tuning in to our channel. This is where we take it from trackside, and we have some update to give you where Kavona Davis is concerned. Yes, people, many persons, many track and field fans out there have been wondering what happened to Kevona Davis. Why was Kevona Davis not in the Big 12 Championship 60 meters or 200 meters? What is happening? What is taking place? This seems odd. It's early season, and to tell you not to see her is a matter of concern, especially to her fans out there. So we had a live just the other day, people, and I tell you, we were having a conversation, and persons were wondering what was happening to Kevona Davis. And I theorized that, there might be something that is wrong with her, and they decided not to risk it. Rather, they decide to look at the bigger picture, because outdoor is very much on the horizon. And yes, that might not make sense to some of the people who were watching the live at the time. And they probably were saying that, coach is probably just exaggerating, just talking off the top of his head, which I was doing. But when you're in the game and when you understand how the system works and how some coaches think when they have top athletes, then it was really an easy thing to come up with where she's concerned. So I did some checks, people. I actually did my research again, as I normally do. I made some contacts, and I actually called the university, to find out what was happening with the star athlete. And news coming to the desk, people, that she had a niggle. The very thing that I said. She had a hamstring concern, and they decided to pull Kevona Davis because they wouldn't want to take the chance of having her run, and then there might be a bigger issue going forward. So I do believe that that was smart. That's a good move by her coaching setup to not force her into that competitive event, because when you go into these events, people, it is kind of different, because the 60 meter is an explosive event. You need a lot of power, and normally when you push, especially from the block, your posterior chain is going through a lot of shock, and of course that is where the hamstring muscle groups are around the posterior chain, the back of the leg. So I think that was a good move not to have her competing in that competitive setting. That would basically possibly aggravate it more, and the likelihood of her having an injury, a bigger setback, would have been greater. You understand? So I think that is a good move for them not to proceed with her competing. But the good news about what is taking place, is, people, is that she's back in training. I mean, I wouldn't believe that she's back into full training. She probably doing some light workout at the moment, just to see where that situation is. But I mean, a lot of fans were disheartened not to see her competing over the weekend. But the greater picture is always the best picture, because you don't want the athlete to go into a situation where the full season ahead, they're just looking and they can't compete. That is always a challenge. So I mean, more so, people, these coaches, they have very good medical staff around them, and they would have been making decisions for the betterment of the athlete, which will also attract persons to the program, because you don't want to have a program that is seen as a program that quote unquote damages or don't think about the well-being of the athlete. And I think more of that is happening right across the Big 12, the SEC, the ACC, all these conferences, because you want to use this as signs and signals for persons to be a part of your program. Yeah? And certainly when you see what happened with Brianna Liston, then you can say things are going or heading in the right direction. Big up to these coaches, and oftentimes they are bashed, they are spoken about for not preserving the athletes. So when they do that, kudos have to go out to them. You understand? So, I mean, another wise decision. The medical team there, again, we have to big them up as well, because they are the ones who ensure that these athletes are given the green light, the go ahead, or the caution card that they should not compete or they are cleared to compete. So yeah, man, you have to big up all and sundry when it comes on to these athletes. And I mean, you still might have remnants of persons out there who are all about winning. But some of these coaches really, really looking at the bigger picture, where they are now preparing athletes for Olympics, to go up against their national team. And you know what used to happen, people, when the athletes finish compete on the circuit, the outdoor season is done, sometimes they do nothing for the remainder of the season. And when they come to Jamaica, they will probably link up with their former coach or somebody new, and they will do some workout to go to the national trials. So it is a good look to see that these coaches are not leaving the athletes at the end of the season, but they have vested interest in moving these athletes forward. Because trust me, this generation, this batch of athletes that we have, great potential. Yeah, great potential, and it is a good look, and I love what I'm seeing. And certainly I will just continue to watch, I'll just continue to monitor as these coaches look and try their best to preserve these athletes. You understand? So people, big up on yourself. Thanks for tuning in. Again, Kevona Davis had some concerns, precautionary measures. They actually pull her, but she's back in training, and things seem to be in right order as we speak. So big up yourself again, people. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, stay safe. Peace out.